This leads into winning, right? Is that how this works?
What they say. We'll see how it goes.
Like what's your record now?
It's really good. Collin Morikawa, welcome to the Scoop.
Cheers. Let's go.
You got some fun ice cream here.
I know. Strawberry cheesecake.
I wanted to first ask you how you even got into golf.
I think it was more my parents, just like every kid. My parents kind of took me out and just gave me plastic clubs, but the weirdest thing is that they stopped playing golf when I started taking lessons. So I had my dad caddy, so my wife's caddied for me my past 3 Masters for the par 3 contest. And I asked my dad this year, and I had no idea what his golf swing was like. I didn't even know if he could hit a golf ball, to be honest. And he actually could, he was fine. But yeah, I think I was very lucky to have supportive parents that took me everywhere, but just not be too overbearing to where it was that's what they wanted to do. So I got really lucky to I fell in love with it myself versus them falling in love and me just kind of following them.
So you've won 2 majors.
Yep.
Kind of in a weird time too, during pandemic, fans were not at either, correct?
Fans were at the Open.
They were at the Open.
Yeah,
okay.
I can win with fans, all right?
All right,
yeah,
just wanted to...
let's get this clear, all right?
How did you celebrate each of those wins?
PGA was pretty boring. PGA, we just had dinner at the course, and then I think we left, and my wife had some friends in San Francisco, so we just went over to their house and kind of hung out. But it was COVID, so you couldn't do anything.
Right.
The Open was interesting. The Open, we were staying at the Princess Golf Club right next door. So we were just pouring beer into the claret jug and hopped on the plane the next morning and went on with our day, flew back home. And I think the best story was we brought back the claret jug, and you have this kind of travel case that they give you. And Customs was not about it. Customs was, they were really onto us. We were kind of dragging it. And it was, we might have arrived at 5 in the morning. We were just over it. And they asked my caddy, hey, what's in the box? And he's like, oh, a bowling ball set. And they're and we kind of laughed, and they're no, open it up, what's in it? We're okay, fine. We just won this tournament, and they were not about it. They hated us.
I don't get,
they hated
this
us.
Seems to happen, do they just not, I guess they don't know who you guys are when you come through at airports? Because I've seen a couple
Some
events.
do.
Yeah.
Some do, and some don't. That's okay.
Yeah. You just want a
golfers.
Massive tournament, though.
Yeah. Yeah, we want a pretty big tournament. It's that's why we were kind of on edge. And
yeah.
We were being a little bit of an ass. It's all right.
You went to UC Berkeley.
Mm-hmm.
How did you end up there?
I'll be honest, I probably wanted to go to Stanford, like a lot of kids. Couldn't pass my test scores, passed a few, couldn't get this one, and it all worked out. I knew a lot of guys on the team. I always wanted to go to a Pac-12 school, Pac-2 now. And it just worked out. I trusted the head coach, Steve Desimo, when I was going in there. Academics was always important for me. So it was an amazing 4 years. I still talk to kind of these 2 to 3 guys pretty much every day.
And your wife didn't go there, but she played college golf, correct?
Yeah, she played at Pepperdine.
So how did you guys cross paths?
So 2 weeks before I won my first college event, this is my sophomore year, I'd lost in a playoff. And we went back and we were gonna go out, and one of the girls on the golf team showed me a photo of her. She's like, hey, what do you think about this girl? I was like, yeah, of course, set me up as a joke, but not as a joke. And I obviously was never gonna send a message, but this girl that was on our women's golf team talked to her. Kat actually DM'd me the next day, and then we started texting. 2 to 3 weeks later, I won my first college event, and then we met up, I think over spring break, maybe a few weeks after that, and then the rest is history. I literally won 5 more times throughout my college career, been with her since, and I credit a lot of the wins to her.
Does she get to play a good amount still, or not?
She doesn't want to play.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we have our dog, so she treats our dog as if that were her husband, and I'm the dog in our relationship.
Every so often, I'll see,
stay alive,
yeah.
Just kind of.
I'll see a range video maybe sometimes of you guys.
That's it's really rare. If she posts a range video, that's her only day. I give her crap because every time she does go to the range, she posts a video. So that's when she's on the golf course.
Yeah. I saw a comment on Instagram somewhere. Was it like you talking about Call of Duty? Do you
Yeah.
play with guys on the road?
Not on the road as much. I do play with Minwoo and Kurt a lot when we're home. We've tried to convince Tiger to play, but he doesn't like to play what we play. But yeah, I won the Open because I bought a laptop and I brought it with me because there was no one else there. It was just
Right.
me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so no
Yeah.
Tiger.
No Tiger. No,
We were
that'd be a dream.
Yeah.
That'd be an absolute dream.
I was joking that like maybe there are like, you know, like 12-year-old kids out there who have no idea they're playing against Tiger Woods.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Do you remember the first time you met Tiger?
I do. It was 2019 in the Zozo Championship locker room. We have the same agent, and he had just introduced me for like 3 seconds, and I didn't know what to say. I was just like, hi. He's like, oh yeah, I know who you are. I'm like, cool. Yeah, okay, thanks. And then just kind of left it at that.
Since then, have you had some better interactions?
We've had a lot. We've had a lot better interactions. I've gotten to know him a lot better, and he's awesome. Now I get zero nerves around him.
Yeah.
And my wife freaks out.
Really?
Freaks out. I think Tiger's the only person my wife would freak out over.
Yeah.
That I know of.
You did Tiger Jam with him recently.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with that?
I did it a few years ago. Obviously, we have the same agency. I live in Vegas, so that's really easy for me. And it's like, how cool is it to spend 2 hours with Tiger and hang out and hit balls in front of people? He's so competitive, and I am too. So it's like, it's fun if I'm able to beat him at anything and just kind of give him a lot of, just kind of shit talk back and forth.
I wanted to ask you about Dustin Johnson because you
Yeah.
guys crushed it in the
Oh
Ryder
my
Cup.
God, I miss him. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's the
what
best.
is-
Sorry, no more
No,
ice
you're
cream
good.
for me.
Did you know each other well before? How did that kind of pairing come together?
Yeah, so I remember I knew him decently well. I wouldn't say well because like I'm so much not younger. I'm a lot younger than a lot of the guys that were on the team. And I remember we were on the range at BMW at Caves Valley. So the Ryder Cup is, this is August, Ryder Cup's gonna be in a month. We fill out these forms about who we want to play with. I never thought about playing with DJ. Steve Stricker calls me 10 minutes before my tee time. He's like, hey, or he's got a little high-pitched voice. He's like, hey, what do you think about playing with Dustin Johnson? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to say no. I want to play. And we played practice rounds together. I've played a bunch of tournaments, and it was the best pairing I could ask for. My first Ryder Cup. And I think just our kind of personalities got along really well. We wanted to win, but we didn't say much. It was just it's just like walking eyes with someone across the bar, knowing yeah, you're the one I'm going to talk to. Yeah, we're going to get this done. And that's how it worked. We didn't need to say anything. It's just, we got the job done.
Yeah, it was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
You guys were fun. So besides him, out here, maybe on any tour now, but do you have a favorite player to be paired with?
Max is one of my favorites. I think he's awesome. I've gotten to know him really well. We've gotten a lot closer. Victor's always a good favorite of mine. The Vegas guys, I don't get paired with them that often, but if I were to get paired with Minwoo or Kurt, I see those guys every day when I'm home. So
You do?
it's super comfortable.
Okay.
We practice together a lot, have dinners, go out, whatever it is.
Olympics. You've played in Olympics before.
Yeah.
Now you have another one. I know some players, because Olympic Village was kind of far. Did you stay at the Olympic Village or no?
No, the course was an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But we went into Olympic Village. I've got a couple buddies on other teams, so we got to kind of meet their teams, hang out with them a little bit, but this one will be way different, way different.
What sport are you looking forward to, maybe following a little bit besides golf?
I obviously want to go see the big sports. You want to see Simone Biles in gymnastics. You want to go see there's a bunch of Cal swimmers that will be on the team.
Okay.
But I want to see the random sports. My wife, we were talking about it and we were kind of looking through dates. I was like, yeah, I'd love to go see archery or indoor cycling. Just because these athletes train day in, day out, all hours throughout the day to just perfect this, and it'd be so cool to see, just them excel in what they do. And I'm never going to be good at any of that stuff, so why not?
And the team was just announced recently.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
It's awesome. Unfortunately, there's no team competition because I think we would crush it.
Right.
But love all the guys. I mean, Scotty and I have played together for 12 plus years. Xander lived in Vegas for a while, or for a year, so we hung out a bunch, and I've gotten to know Wyndham quite a bit over this past kind of year and a half. So it's going to be a lot of fun for us.
Have you spent time in Paris before?
We spent, well, I've missed the cut at the Open the last 2 years after I won my first year. So we've spent a lot of time in Paris, just kind of on vacation, not doing much. Yeah.
Cool. And then a final one that I ask everybody who comes on is
Okay.
a low moment of your career,
Okay.
a high moment, and what you've learned.
A low moment of my career. I would say I was pretty down after the Open at St. Andrews. So I was defending at the 20. It was the 22 Open. Missed the cut. Went back-to-back missed cuts, Scottish Open and the Open, and it just felt like nothing was going right. Like the entire year was a grind. I might have had a decent finish here and there, but it just seemed like it was always an uphill battle. And when I look back at it, like I was still in a great position. I was still playing great golf, but it's all perspective. Like I think there's a few guys out here that really understand that word and understand what they want to not accomplish in life, but what they want to enjoy in life. And that's so hard to do when you're trying to win out here and compete and be the best. But it's a real thing about perspective in life. And when you hear about these stories about people around you, and good or bad, it puts you in a real good perspective of saying how lucky we are. What was the second question?
High, my career high moment.
I don't know. Doing this, like,
Oh my gosh, an honor.
I mean, this leads into winning, right? Is that how this
what
works?
they say. We'll see how it goes.
Like,
this week.
what's your like record now?
It's like really good. And then something that you've learned.
I've learned a lot. I think when it comes down to it is just finding a balance in what you want to do and who you want to be. Golf takes up so much of our life that we spend so much time out here trying to be perfect. Like golfers, I think on the inside are just these perfectionists that just want to be so perfect. Not that there aren't other people in the world that do as well, and I think we all want to be our really great in whatever version that is. But sometimes that like bleeds into the rest of our lives and we're not able to just enjoy life. I mean, you know, you asked me about my 2 majors, like I didn't celebrate a ton just because like we had another tournament, whether it was a week later or 2 weeks later, and but I've learned to enjoy it. Like Tiger Jam, like we went out, like we went to a concert, like just having those moments throughout those off weeks are so much fun. Last year was awesome in Detroit. We got to go see Morgan Wallen, and I love Morgan Wallen. And like if Post Malone's ever in a city, I would go immediately, just because like it doesn't have to be perfect for you to go play great golf. You just have to be in the right mindset when you wake up, and that's been one of the biggest things.
Awesome. Well, Collin,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thanks so much,
great.
Doc.
Thanks for watching The Scoop. I hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because we have a lot of fun guests coming your way.